me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had. You make me move, you make me dance, you make my heart beat super fast. You lift me up, you make me laugh. Baby, you're the best I ever had. You're the best I ever had.
And I know I'm falling, but I'm falling just for you. Yeah, I know I'm falling for you, for you.
Hello and welcome to the IFAR Season 14 Nashville Superspeedway race. Tonight is, like I said, Nashville Superspeedway. I believe this was the first time IFAR has raced this track. Watch me be stood corrected, as they've probably raced here randomly back in 2021 or 2022 that I didn't know about. But regardless, we're here and we have got ourselves an interesting field so far. Granted, about 10 minutes left in practice, and needless to say, the entire field is within a second of each other, with the highest time being, or I should say not highest, but the lowest time being a 30.8, highest time being a 31.2, which is about, don't feel like doing math, so if I had to guess, about 5/10, so everyone real close. I think draft is a bit of a factor at this track, so it'll be interesting for sure. Unfortunately, we don't have Neil Gallagher with his little race write-ups that we had at Gnarl CCRS, so we're just going to have to go off of what these guys are thinking. Just me in the booth tonight. I don't think anyone was planning on joining tonight, as I usually do check-ins on our little group of commentators, see if anyone wants to join. Robbie was going to do CCRS, but got a little interested in the duels, which is 100% fine. You know, this is just kind of a hobby thing. Nothing too crazy. But yeah, this is Nashville. last week at Pocono, we seen Tyler Mallon get their second win of the season. And then winner before that at Daytona Road Course was Jerry Cook. But as it stands right now for the point standings, I think after the race they have a point standings for the secondary spreadsheet. So hopefully it's out with. I think Tyler Mallon made that, so credits to them if they did. But they made a little spreadsheet that updates the top 10 standings after the standings been updated. So I don't know if that'll be updated as the broadcast is still going, but if they update it like they sometimes do, like right after the race, then I might be able to show you all the actual live point standings after the race as well. But this is what we have before the race. Tyler Mallon with a points lead, 8 points over Noah Degenhart, 13 over Jared Cook, who finished 7th last week at Pocono. Joshua Clemens, 14 back, and then 23 back Garson Young, despite having awful seasons in Gnarl, CCRS, and DSRA. I say awful. I should probably be saying more so along the lines of just not the best, and not of him, most of that not even of his own doing, just circumstances coming up. But he has came over that so far for the first part of this season. 3 races in, he's currently P5 in the standings, only 23 back from the leader. Gino Bononi, he's 32 points back. He'd probably be a bit higher if he wasn't didn't have that issue with Landon Lyle at Daytona Road Course, but regardless, his season isn't over yet by no stretch. Dunlop Pratt, he's had some good consistency, tied with Gino Bononi in points, 32 back, and also tied 32 back Steven Gibson, who also has been having good runs here and there, noticeably at Daytona Road Course. Kyle Watts, despite his lackluster start to the season, he got a pretty good finish at Pocono, if I remember right, and put him 41 back. And then Daniel Rodriguez holding on P10, 42 back from the leader in standings. And that is your standings. So let's look at the chat. Jerry Cook owes me money. Well. Dang. Okay, moving on. Let's we got about 6 minutes left in practice. Let's do what I usually do, and I just feel like I can. Let's just go through the field. That is the pit road. Gino Bononi, there's him, the 24. I would usually go by people with lap times, but the last few times I've been doing that, people have been in pit road, and like when I do that, the camera just pans to the pit road anyway, so might as well just go through the field. Got him, the 24, just talked about him. Joshua Liza Swain, his first race of the season was last week at Pocono. Didn't do Daytona or Daytona Road Course. Wasn't a big fan of Florida, if I had to guess. Regardless, he's back here in the 54 Middle Road Energy Chevrolet for Scuderia Carmona Racing. I just feel like I butchered that. I apologize if I did. But regardless, they are here tonight. They were quick last week at Pocono. Didn't quite get the finish they wanted. So tonight will be a bit of a recovery mission, I'd imagine, for that 54 team. Nico Svidio. I suppose we can talk about Nico Svidio right now. Hasn't made a lot of starts, I don't think. If he has, I didn't see him. But we'll see how he does tonight. There's Thomas Troxel, Go Bowling car. That's it. Not really a lot to say about him either, but screw him for skinning his car file after the supposed deadline. But you know, I ain't got a dog on him. I do like this paint scheme by Dane Stinson. Not gonna lie, it reminds me a little bit of Ben Cusson, but at the end of the day, Ben Cusson doesn't race here any longer, I don't think. So pretty much just Dane Stinson there at 55. I believe this is his first start of the season so far. Didn't do Daytona Road Course, or actually take that back. I think he did Daytona. Don't hold me to that. But he's running here tonight in that 55. We'll see how he does. Steven Gibson, who's talking about him in the points, he is wrecking. Unfortunate there, but he has practice. But yeah, he's definitely. I think he's gonna be one to watch. I don't know where he's gonna be on the list to watch, but there'll be one. Tullas is currently 6th on the practice board, and that number 14. He has had, you know, his luck in IFAR has been pretty bad, but you know what? End of the day, it is what it is. Victor Delgado drove that car into a top 10 last week at Pocono. I remember him thinking that was a big accomplishment, and I agree with him. That was a decently good accomplishment, for sure. But he's back here at Nashville. See how he does tonight. We talked about Gino Bononi, Stanley Rodriguez in the 20, Mr. Blackjack D-Dog himself. He's 10th in standings, 25th on the board. Some people struggling on this track. I think it's a factor he hasn't set a lap yet either. No, he has set a lap, but probably nothing realistic. So we haven't seen his best yet. Joshua Clements, we just talked about him in the standings, doing pretty solid so far. Not too crazy to talk about. Third on the board. He's probably going to be one of those faster guys tonight. I'm sure to watch him. Tyler Mallon, our points leader. Last week's winner and the season opener winner. And honestly, I think this is the season that Tyler Mallon, he said he plans on running the full season. At this rate, he's looking pretty good for that title. Granted, it's only race 4, but keep an eye on that 18 car. Got Kirsten Bell in that 44. I believe they ran. Did they run the Daytona Road Course? I forget. Regardless, they're here tonight in that 44. They haven't made a whole lot of IFAR starts, to be fair. So even if there was stats I could think of, there isn't a lot. But they've had success in other leagues, and maybe that'll carry over here. But from what we've seen, this has been a bit more of a challenging league, even for the casual racer and people that are usually pretty decent in other leagues. But we'll see how that goes. We already talked about Dane Stinson. Let's talk about Garson Young. We just talked about how they've had a pretty solid season. Hopefully I don't jinx them. It was pretty bad last night. Jinxing people from positions they were in, and Thursday night as well, I think, more so than Friday. But we're not road course racing today. We're oval racing. Then tomorrow, DSRA goes to the All-Star race, which I did say I was going to prepare some special stuff. It doesn't look like I'm going to have time for that. So bear with me. There's Ruby Estes in the 17. Kind of throwing me off a little bit. I'm used to them being in the 1, and then Dane Stinson's being in the 17. But hey, change is futile. We'll see how they do tonight. We're talking about Liz Swain. Bit of a shake-up here in the manufacturer game. Trey Kinsey has returned to the track in a Dodge this time around. Rolling in the weed machine. Not really a lot to say there. We'll see how he does tonight. Jelani Howell, they again, not a lot to say. Pretty solid driver overall, so we'll see how they do tonight. I guess in happier, I'll kind of talk about the track as a whole, kind of how I think this will go down, but let's be real, how many times am I right? Viola in the 27, not a lot to note, I don't think. I did not join the ORB broadcast, which was cut short due to technical difficulties, which was ultimately led to Robbie Gilvin getting a top 5 in that Martinsville race, and congratulations to him. I have no idea who won, though. Qualifying getting started. Let's go ahead and get info going. 90 lap race, pretty decently long one. Let's go ahead and check our fuel. 37 on a tank, so that's like 40-ish, so I don't feel like doing math, but I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 stopper. Depends on how you're using your tires. That's if it stays green. I don't think we've had a full-on green flag IFAR race this season yet. Granted, it's only race 3, but hey, you know what? Was Daytona Road Course all the way green? I don't remember. I really don't. Anyway, those guys getting their laps in. And we'll just wait for this time to pop up. They should get 2 laps here for their times. I think the first lap will probably be the quickest, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Wait for those laps to pour in. I think 30.0s, or not 30.0s, 30.8s will be the one to look for. We might not even see 30.8s. I stand mistaken. Tyler Mallon put a 30.8 on the board. I was thinking that might have been just a draft lap purely, but Tyler Mallon has found a 8.13. Jerry Cook with a 30.7. First .7 we've seen of the night. Wow, nice lap there. I will say Jerry has put together some pretty good stuff here and there. I think especially qualifying effort-wise, he has been at the top of his game so far this season. Granted, session's not over. He can still get past, but I'm just saying. He's been at the top of his game lately in terms of qualifying. He took that hiatus last season to broadcast, and now he is back in the car with SCR. We'll see how that does for him. And points-wise, it will be very interesting for sure. But, yeah. So I believe that is a session. Not what I expected, honestly. Looks like a few guys were able to find the .0s, or not the .0s, but get out of the 31 second range with a 30 point. But be interesting to see during the race. Happy hour, they'll get a 5-minute happy hour session. There's your session. I don't believe Alexander GG is racing, as it was stated in the penalty report recently that he won't be racing. So Kez Hiller, Trey Kinsey, and then I'm not racing because broadcasting. Did I already say Trey Kinsey? I don't know. Can't remember. Jovan Anderson. I believe Kale. Yeah, I'm butchering his name. I apologize.
If you're saying anything you might have cut out.
There's Jerry there whispering. I might have to mute him. Didn't think I'd have to, but communication between the moderators is important. For the moderators. I'm just going to go by what I see, like I have the past few races. I usually keep it up with Cameron. I can keep up with him a little bit better. He keeps it short and sweet. And, yeah. But, yeah, I got Trey Kinsey, Jovan Anderson, Cale Teskar Jr., Blaine Davis, and Noah Degenhart are at the back of the field. And interesting for Noah Degenhart, seeing they were second in points coming into this race. So track position has shown to be a very big thing in this league, and not having it be interesting to see. I can't say anything for solid right now, but he's definitely at a slight disadvantage there, I feel like. But like I'm not really the one behind the wheel, so can't really say for sure. Everyone getting the reckoness out of them. It's a good time to do it. It's also a good time to practice your pit stops, and you see a lot of guys doing that as well. Guys and gals, I should say. Let's talk about the track a little bit. I didn't touch the track in terms of driving it. This does look like it would be something interesting to drive, though. Some input from drivers says it seems like the consensus from a few guys seems like it's tight, a little too slow potentially. So, I don't know if that's like a bad thing or a good thing. I'm one of those people that's kind of like glass half full in terms of if the setup's good or not. But regardless, I think we're probably going to see some decent pack racing, I feel like, at the beginning, and then as those tires start to fall off, those times between cars will start to go up, I feel like. But that's if we go green long enough. I think we will go get some green flag runs here tonight. Not sure how many. It'll be interesting to see. This track is a tad bit different than others, I guess you could say. I feel like the cornering at this track, there could be some people trying to go for the same real estate, so we'll see how that goes. Cookie cutters have definitely been interesting, though, as of recent, for sure. But we'll keep an eye on them. Again, 90 laps here tonight, 37 laps on a tank. Could see 2-stopper, could be seeing a 3-stopper. Maybe more so of a 3-stopper, I'm not sure. Got Steven Gibson over there, the all-time pit entry. But yeah, I think in terms of my current yapping, that's all good. And then y'all can sit here and watch me yap for the rest of this, y'all, if y'all want. Up to y'all. I know the last couple nights, CCRS and RL had a little bit of conflictions from other NASCAR races. Not so much Friday, as they went to Mexico, but road courses as well. I know tonight not really a lot going on. They just finished the Xfinity race. So that'll be interesting to note. So just sit tight and see how these guys do tonight. No choice. Is this his first start of the season? I know he started last season. Is this his first start of this season is my question. I already have his number card anyway, man. I can just copy it from last season. Go through the field, see what we got to deal with. Did I see a Freddy's Frozen Custard logo on that 03? That is a shout out that I must take attention to. That is a Freddy's Frozen Custard logo on that back quarter panel, and I highly respect that. I am a Freddy's enthusiast. I just realized I shouldn't have been talking about Freddy's after the last night's incident, so crap. Moving on. Trey Kinsey doing some Kyle Busch antics on the pit road. Jerry Cook, AC Delco, that's interesting. I haven't even seen his car yet tonight, but yeah, AC Delco, very interesting. I like that car. Looks nice, yeah. Baller. Teammate Kirsten Bell right in front of that. Kyle Watts, we're usually talking about him a lot sooner than happy hours. He's usually top of the board, but IFAR has so far been his, I wouldn't say kryptonite, but it has been his Achilles heel. I spoke too soon. He is the fastest in happy hour right now. Well, happy hour isn't going to get you anywhere. It's qualifying and practice, and some would argue more so practice. Being faster in practice puts together something good, especially if it's without a draft lap. But Nashville Superspeedway, I expect draft laps to be more of a common thing here tonight. Could be wrong though. I didn't race track. I don't know how it drives, but I'm just going off of what I see and how these guys are taking it, and just making, I guess, educated guesses. I dare say. I don't know if that'd be the right wordage for it, but we ball regardless. Dylan LaPrade, I don't think I've had a shot of his car yet tonight, but regardless, race time.
Drivers, to your cars.
Jerry Cook starting on pole here tonight. I didn't count how many cars there were, and I could add a thing to the tickers telling me how many cars there are online, like I did for Gnarl and CCRS, that just kept wanting to move during the race, so that wasn't very baller. Speaking of moving, I need to adjust that laps counter. I think that's going to be something I'm going to have to adjust for every race, because the length of that is just going to be getting bigger. Hoping it moves to the left when it goes double digits on the actual race amount, so we'll have to might adjust that as we go. We kind of suck low key, but not everything can be as automated as I want it to be. But yep, Jerry Cook, Tyler Malin front row, and decent field here tonight. Pace car is going to take that hard left turn into the pit road. No sand barrels for it to hit. Should be fine. Jerry Cook coming off of turn 4. Waiting on the command. And we are green flag racing here at Nashville. Yeah, I tried that last time. That didn't work. I might as well just do it manually. Jerry Cook quickly clearing Tyler Malin there for the lead. See if they can lead the lap. Shoot, I should have went TV2 and just kind of went silent for that first lap. Oh well. I'll keep consistent with it next time. Won't get a restart either, so race is official. And Jerry Cook trying to... I think what Jerry's trying here, not really focused on tires a whole lot. He's focused on getting a little bit of gain between him and Malin, as draft's going to be a thing, I think, tonight. As he can pull out of that draft, I think he's going to be in better shape. But if I'm Malin, I'm going to try to push a little bit more, keep up with Jerry, and that definitely puts more guys like Joshua Clements, Dylan LaPrade, potentially Kyle Watts in the game for this long run here, but we'll see. Josh Clements, he's going to try to make a move here for second. I don't think he's in the saving game at the moment either. Side by side here for P2. Helping Jerry Cook pull away right now. And he will clear Tyler Mallon off of turn 4. A little bit of side by side back there with Ruby Estes and William Viola. Battle for P4, Kyle Watts, Dunlap Prad. He clears Dunn. Garson moving on the top above Stephen Gibson. They're just outside the top 5. Starting to single file up. Figure out where you're going to set yourself for this long run. So we're 3 wide off of turn 4. William Viola, Garson Muyung. A little bit close there. Ruby Estes on the bottom. But Viola either backs out or doesn't have the momentum to hold on to that 3 wide. I'm not sure which of the 2 it is. But regardless, no longer 3 wide. Garson loses a spot to Ruby Estes there off of turn 2. He wants it back. Gunning for the crossover on the bottom. Liza Swain behind him. A little bit of action up front. Thomas Troxel in the back, a little loose into the wall. No, keeps it out of there. But it's going to hurt his tires a little bit. You guys hanging around in the back right now. As William Viola trying to get above Garson Muyung. He gets a good run there on the high line as his cars were jungled up a little bit. He got to clear Ruby Estes and try to go for Stephen Gibson. Potentially Dane Stinson. Seeing that top line work, they're going to try to run with it. Ruby Estes sees that, going to go higher as well. Gets a good run on the exit. Dunlap Prad goes higher. I don't know if that's a block or if he's just running his line. Regardless, it's going to stunt the momentum just a little bit there for that 27. Ooh, almost bumped there. Big close. Keeps out of the back of him. Kyle Watts just ahead. This is a battle, pretty much battle for 5th right now. Stephen Gibson there on the bottom still. 3 wide, Kirsten Bell almost. Joshua Liviza Swain, Garson Muyung just a little bit further back. Entire field under a blanket, I guess you could say. Not exactly super speedway, as you know, you got to kind of manage your stuff for the long run. But for this short run, they're pretty close together, as I was predicting. It's Dane Stinson going to try to go low for P4 right now on underneath Kyle Watts. Dunlap Prad right behind, ready to pounce. And 2x2 still for some of those guys, just outside of the top 5. Dane Stinson gets it per P4 at 55. Still battling for P7 right now. Dunlap Prad, Stephen Gibson. William Viola there as well, still holding on that top line. Ruby Estes seems to like that right now as well. And Kirsten Bell just behind them. Guys being, I wouldn't 100% say patient, but they're staying close to each other, making sure they don't lose any inch of draft. And the fact that they can stay this close together and not hit each other is quite impressive, I will say. A bunch of cars just driving out, not driving it to the limit, but they're pressing it to the limit in terms of how they can strategize this for the long run, I imagine. I don't think they're really focused on short run, a lot of these guys are, but we'll find out who saved their tires better here soon, I think, as we're at lap 11 of 90. Let's see if my ticker broke. My ticker is on steroids. Nice. Not what you want to see. So I'm going to turn that off for now. Still on steroids it is. Sure why. Do I have a duplicate thing on? Something broke. Oh well. Oh, it was, okay. I have a duplicate. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I don't know why, but I do. I should have a thing that says race session up there as well, but I guess it's not there. Oh. Ignore the laps remaining bit. That is going to be inaccurate. I tried to get rid of that, but it won't let me. Or I guess it will let me, but like I can't like get it to where it won't move, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, sorry about that. I spent a couple laps trying to figure that out. These guys have single filed out a little bit. For the most part, it has stayed constant in terms of distance. Jerry Cook still with that little bit of lead. Joshua Clemens has also pulled away a bit. And then P4 still Dane Stinson. P5, I believe, is Kyle Watts. Oh, Viola finally getting a little too close there. I was wondering when that was going to happen. They've been following these guys real close in the corners. 3 wide on the exit of 2 with Josh Lizaswain. Oh, into the wall a little bit, but that 27. Josh kind of, I don't know if he put him in the wall or not because of that angle, but probably did. I don't think Viola's going to be too pleased about that. Regardless, we stay green. Way underneath the Prad here, and again, these guys are close. Clemens versus Gibson. Holds on to it. Tullis is there in the back, in the wall a little bit there, further on back. His tires are starting to wear. Ooh, big choke up there by Gino Bononi. I think he sent it in a little bit. He's going to lose some time. 3 wide off of 2. Gino Bononi, Ruby Estes, Garson Million. Gino's going to lose a ton of spots. Holy moly! Gets Noah Joyce gets in the back of him. Dang, Gino lost it. I don't know why. I think I know what it is. He had to check up, but I didn't think he'd lose that much time. Dang. All the way back now, outside the top 10 for Gino after digging his way through there a little bit. RBS is still holding on, but Joshua Lizaswain, William Viola, Steven Gibson having a pretty solid battle right now for, I believe that is P6, maybe P7. I think that's P7 they're battling with right now. Very easily could bring in Kyle Watts into this battle. Dane Stinson kind of managing his stuff right in front of Kyle Watts. And does Gibson go 3 wide? He's going for it. Sure to back off his entry. Unfortunately, he had to give a bit more with that, and that gave Garson Muyung that run on the top. Kirsten Bell right behind him. Side by side, still Kyle Watts now are going to try to go for a position on Dane Stinson. Side by side for every car behind that, 3 rows behind. Probably worded that bad, apologies. But Kyle Watts is going to take away P4 from Dane Stinson. And Dundle Prad, Steven Gibson, Josh Lizaswain, and William Viola right all back behind him. Kind of, I wouldn't say dogfight, because I feel like they're managing their stuff still. Just they want that track position a little bit too. You want that track position, you want to manage your stuff. It's a ratio you got to find, and we'll see how well of that group who manages it better. Ooh, Garson with an aggressive move there, 3 wide on the front oval, or front straightaway, I guess. Not really straight, but it's interesting. Ooh, big hit there, Viola into the wall. Garson sends it deep. Viola's going to spin right in behind him. Ruby Estes gets spun. That might be a caution. Oh, that is a caution. Blaine Davis into the 17. Caution. I would assume is out now. Lap 21, so that kind of closes the door for strategy. Caution is out. Somewhere in that mix, Joshua Clements was able to get around Jerry Cook. I was too focused on the battle there for the mid-pack, though. Apologies for that. So, big shakeup. I guess we're going to go ahead and see what happened there. Boom, yeah. I mean, pretty much seeing it live. I do want to see the 17 more specifically, though. You kind of seen it live with the 27. They got hit by the 54 on entry after the 70 sent it a little deep. Then Victor, I don't know if Victor, I don't know. The 17 got hit, and then the 27 got hit again. All I know is that. And then 17 keeps it high, goes low. And Blaine hits into him. Hard to say if that 17 came down. And let's go ahead and just look from Blaine's perspective here. Further back in 25th. Yeah, I'd have to argue the 17 came down, but I'm not the one ahead of moderation, so that is up to those guys. Everyone coming down pit road now this time. Be interesting to see where this stacks up. I have a pit lane 2 camera. That's not pit lane 2, pit lane 1 camera set up for this battle. I imagine Jerry Cook so far has led the most laps with that number 1 pit stall. He has that bit of an advantage over Joshua Clements. So far, only one retiree this race is Nico Servideo, but I don't think he got in a wreck. He just mainly retired. And Jerry Cook, I guess we got a wreck in pit road. The 17 of Ruby Estes around, calling a tow truck to get into their stall. See what happened. Looks like they already got another stall, and then Josh Elizaswain. They were kind of close on the bottom there. Josh Elizaswain and then Gina Bononi. They called tow truck to get out of everyone's way. Yeah, sometimes you just got to bite the bullet on that. Would have cost them some time anyway. I don't know how long their tow truck is, but hopefully not too long to where they go lap down. But Jerry Cook comes out of pit road P1. Let's see. Yeah, 17 did too. I think Jerry, I don't know. His stop was short. He's going to go back in. This is going to cost him big time. Wreck in the back looks like. We'll take a look at that real quick. 67 and I think 26. Yeah. See what happened here. Hill Tescar Jr. He went ahead and parked it. Yep. Might have another game glitch, and then everyone just kind of nowhere to go. Not Nicholas, but Trey Kinsey barrel rolling under pacing. Goodness. That is a grip flip, and if I've ever seen one. Actually, take that back. Was it a grip flip, or was that just a... Yeah, that was just a straight up nail there by the 54. It was enough to just send that 67 tumbling, but I think the 26, they had game issues at Pocono last week. Unfortunately, Trey's having to call the pit road. They may extend the caution here because of all these issues. But yeah, Cale Tescar Jr. calling it for the race. They did not extend the caution, I don't think, so cars coming out of pit road. We're going green this time. With Jerry Cook having that quick stop because I'm imagining he didn't take tires or something like that. Did not have gas. I think just he's going to be at the end of this line of cars, so despite getting pulled, he's at a disadvantage now. Josh Clements now to the point. He'll get the quiet zone control. Teammate Kyle Watts right behind him. Kirsten Bell starting on the top may have a bit of an issue. Oh, I guess they waved off the start. Alright. I honestly don't blame him. His car's still coming out of pit road. It's Trey Kinsey. He's catching back up with these guys. They didn't want to get a Kyle Busch restart. We got a lot of Kyle Busch references coming from the 67 car. Ironically enough, driving a 3-cheat car. The weed machine. Fortunately, their night kind of screwed there with that untimely flip. Unfortunate there, but it is what it is. So they pitted lap 23, I'm going to assume. So 37 on the tank. That is till lap 50. They should be good. My math is right. If they pit lap 50, they'll still, I think, 2 more pit stops still, I think. I'd assume. It was pretty sure they're going green this time. Josh Clements to the point. A couple laps extra led there for him. Good for his point standing. He's already doing pretty solid there nonetheless. And green flag back in the air here at Nashville Superspeedway. Excellent start there from Joshua Clements. That's up TV2. Not gonna lie, that camera angle's kind of garbage. But we ball. Let's see spectators. See if it's any good. Wreck in the back, Jovan Anderson, the 93. I don't know if that would count a single car or not. The 41 was involved. Regardless, unfortunate. Let's take a look to see how bad that 41 hit. He's locked it up, attempting to avoid, and the caution is out. 41 going straight to pit road. Or was not paying attention. He's not going straight to pit road. Alright, so pits are not open this time. Things are shaking up a little bit again. There was a little bit jostling for position in the top 5. For the most part, same stuff. Different story, I guess. I mean, there's a couple position changes here and there. Most notably, P2 is now Kyle Watts. P3 is now Tyler Mallon. Not a lot to note. See if Jerry gained any spots, if any. He's got some work to do. We'll see how this goes. So if you pit now, it's a tricky. I mean, personally, you want to stay on top of. You want to stay on top of the strategy. Everyone's probably going to pit this time with that in mind. Only like a couple laps on the tires. Maybe. I can understand staying out here for sure. Yeah, a lot of guys staying out. They like their strategy. Track position versus that extra couple laps of fuel. Most notably, I think this is mainly because they're doing a quickie yellow, so imagine they're going green this time. As I've seen them doing their choose cone stuff, but that may have been waved off. Or maybe everyone was trying to get an idea, practicing their choose cone potentially. But not a lot of takers in pit road, but there are some. Jovan Anderson, Blaine Davis, Trey Kinsey, Victor Delgado III, William Viola, and Jerry Cook. Really the only people taking stuff. And I think Jerry really only lost 4 spots from that. Ultimately, want to have the best fuel strap possible, best tires possible if you're in his situation. So, might as well. of choosing this time. Don't see any violations there. Should be good. Kyle Watts to the bottom. That's interesting. Or so. Joshua Clemens taking the top. Don't know what to think of that one. We'll see. Going green this time. Kyle Watts, he's going to lead us to the green, but, well, actually, no, it's still Josh Clemens. Josh Clemens with such a good start. Holy moly. I think he knows something we don't. With that top lane having such a good start there. Holy moly. Well, new ball game. Jury had a mistake on pit road. This opens up potentially for Josh Clemens to do something here. Then you got Kyle Watts' teammate. He's going to play defense or offense on the same note of key. We're going to find out here. Then Dane Stinson right behind that. I don't know. I don't think he's a teammate, but, you know, Toyota, Toyota. Well, to be fair, majority of this field is Toyotas, so not really a manufacturer situation, I guess. Allen versus Gibson P4. Allen still, I think, on the not really on the charge. He's more on the waiting for the race to come to him. And most this weekend, we've seen that be the case. CCRS more so I can't speak more so specifically, but Gnarl as well with Kyle Watts. So I think Malin's kind of playing that same card here. We'll see if it works out for him. But Dunlap Pratt, he's also, I think he's trying to get that little bit of track position as well. He's kind of put the same game plan forward. You've seen him last night in Gnarl. Started basically last, finished P3. He's up here just outside the top 5. And Kirsten Bell is also trying to put their note forward. Currently the highest running SCR driver. I don't know why I keep mentioning that team. And Garson Millian right behind, and Joshua Lizaswain also right behind. And the top 6 have kind of right now set their course. P7 Kirsten Bell. Swain versus Troxel there. First time we've seen Trox really get up this high in the field, at least to what I've paid attention to. Big push there from the 44 to the back of the 74. May try to get a little bit of draft going. But some of these guys are saving more than others, and that level of patience you got to have with the driver ahead of you sometimes, or not sometimes, but it's very crucial to get this thing going forward. Steven Gibson there out in the back of the 18. Carson Muyoung, he's right there. Thomas Troxel still holding on along Josh Lizaswain, and Gina Bononi, he's pretty close up there too. Last week's, I think he finished second last week? I don't remember. I know he finished top 3. I know that. I bet I forgot to turn off my yellow flag graphic. Look at me paying attention. Alright. P6, P7, P8 Garson Young are all kind of hanging out, nothing too crazy. Thomas Troxel right there, P9. And currently rounding out your top 10, Josh Elizasway with Gina Bononi right behind him. Other than that, most fields spread out. Dane Stinson's again playing that game and just not being too aggressive, but being aggressive to the point where you're still ahead of your guy, the guy behind you. That just makes total sense what I just said. Nothing too crazy here, I'm noticing. Thomas Troxel is trying to get around that 70 though. Looking for that track position. Having it deep. And Garson potentially above the 44 for that spot. Nope, 44 shuts the door, or just holds on to that run despite the 70 having that potential run on exit. Decent slide up there by the 10. 54 goes a little higher. Troxel cuts the apron just a little bit there, holds on to it. And Garson, he's going to clear Thomas Troxel. Troxel's going to file in behind that. Kirsten Bell, oh, decent check up there. Liza Swain was ready for that. Holy moly. Kirsten Bell, she trying to go for, actually I think Garson actually got around Kirsten on the high side and making that work pretty good. '92, Josh Clemens still pulling away. Steven Gibson potentially for P3, or not P3, P4 right now on Tyler Mallon. Kirsten Bell still trying to get around that, or stay ahead of that 70 car. And Steven Gibson going to clear for P4. And Dunlap Pratt just, he might try to think about getting around this 18 as well as that 44. Some of these guys are thinking short term. I don't know how short term they are thinking, but I know they're thinking mostly short term. Garson with a decent shot to the top. Was not expecting that. The camera angle in the front part of the track, dare I say front straight, not exactly optimal, but overall better than TV2 in my opinion. But it looks like they managed it alright. Garson's gonna hold on to P7. Kirsten Bell P8. I'm still thinking they're gonna try to battle something here. P9 Troxel and P10. That battle's cooking. Josh Elizasway, Gina Bononi, Jovan Anderson's in the mix. This is Spike Ricken earlier. Jerry Cook's back up here. They're all borderline pushing here in the back straight. And Caden Riffle, he's also up here. Hope I'm pronouncing his name right. If I'm not, I apologize, and please correct me. Yeah, that top line right now looking a bit more superior. Oh, Thomas Troxel's a bit high into turn 1. That's going to potentially make us 3 wide on the exit too. They held on to it. Never mind. Gino's to the bottom. He's around. Jerry having to take a big arc there, costing him a ton of time. He stayed green, but at the cost of Gino Bononi. Imagine he's not happy there. See what happened. No big thing. I think hard to say what happened there, but regardless, holds on to it. Cost him and Jerry Cook quite a lot of spots, especially Gino, though. He is now out of the draft and with pretty much dead tires. It's not what you want if you're Gino Bononi. First of all, staying green, you don't get a yellow as relief. Speaking of yellow, I have once again forgot to turn off that graphic. I think I already mentioned I forgot to turn it off, and then I changed it. I changed the ticker instead because I figured everything out of this track, they are like entering turn 1. They kind of get into that wall just a little bit in the entry of 1. Just to get a little bit more out of this track. And I think Steven Gibson, he's a little bit on the charge right now. We still got a lot of run left to go. I think they'll have to pit. See, they pit. Pit lap 23, 24. Jerry and them pit like lap a little bit after that. I'm not a strategist, but I think they'd have to pit like one more time, right? I think one more time, maybe 2 more. But the way they're driving right now, I think it's a 1 more stop. I don't know, but Steven Gibson, I think he's starting to think about catching those guys up ahead. Dane Stinson's still playing his game. Mallon, P5, they're still managing a good enough track position. Dylan LaPrad's I've noticed, just really been making sure he's kept in sights with that 18, knowing that 18 usually has pretty good strategy in these races, and he's taking advantage of what he can. Jovan Anderson is back inside almost the top 10. He's in the top 10, but he has put himself in a good spot. He definitely saved his tires a lot more beginning of this run, which goes to show how a little bit of saving will get you. The question is he pushing a little too hard right now? But regardless, he's getting that track position back pretty good here right now with that strategy, or not strategy, but with that management that he has had so far in this race. So it'll be interesting to see where that filters out as this run goes on. Other than that, these three have just been playing cat and mouse. Thomas Troxell's been the weaker link of those right now, and Viola still running his race. I will also mention Troxell might have had to use up his stuff a little bit more. Also lost a bit more time. Wow, big power move to the outside by the 8 of Jerry Cook there on William Viola. But furthermore, Thomas Troxell, I think he might have used his stuff a little bit when he got 3 wide and then got put in the wall when the Gino Bononi incident happened. But regardless, he's still holding on in the top 10. Just don't know if that's going to be long term. Jerry Cook, despite that little thing that happened, it's going to cost him. I don't know where, or actually, not even, we're outside the top 10. Shoot, here I am paying attention. Wow. Pay attention to the way Jerry Cook is around these guys. Second time in a row, he has just gotten real close to the back of them and then just gotten around them on exit in these corners. Very similar to what you've seen in DSRA Auto Club with him and Kyle Watts on that last lap. Granted, that wasn't broadcasted, but very wonderfully done there by Jerry Cook on the 27 and the 10. He's catching up to Liza Swain and Kirsten Bell, the other 2 teammates of his. Curious to see where their other teammate is. Tall as is, he is not having a great day there in 17th. Gino Bononi down pit road. I imagine he's going to try to make something of this race. Might just be those tires being a little bit extra cooked compared to these guys with that spin. So we'll see how this does for him. Kez Hiller a bit further back. D-Dog Dan, he's picking off the 27 now. I think the 27 may have used their stuff up. A lot of these guys back here were saving their stuff. They're starting to find that rhythm for it. You see Jerry Cook, every time he's caught up to somebody, he's gotten around him pretty quick. Ooh, decently close there from the 54 and 8, but they hold on to it. There's for P10, he just got around, or P9, he just got around for Liza Swain. I think Troxell and P. My math ain't mathin'. That was P9, and Liza Swain now P10. P8, what? Kirsten is a lap down. Here I'm not paying attention. Alright, here I was thinking Kirsten was on the lead lap this whole time. Was lap down. I don't know where that happened. Somewhere it happened. It might be a strategy thing. I don't know. But I think most of these guys up here running their own race. Decent. I think at least a car length between every car up here. And Clements, ever since the drop of that green flag, has been not really pulling away, but he's stayed ahead and has made sure of it. And just like we were seeing Jerry Cook try to do in that last run, And, you know, seeing Clements get around him later in that last run, actually he didn't see it because I was focused on other stuff, and after that caution happened, he was ahead. So, there you go on that. And that long green flag run is here, and this is where that strategy comes to play. That balance between track position and saving your stuff. That ratio is so important. Steven Gibson, he's been working on these guys for several laps. You can do a time lapse in the last 10, 15 laps of him just going through, catching these guys. It's been such a slow rate. I don't know if it's a master plan or if that's just his driving style versus where he's at right now. But regardless, P3 and potentially looking at P2. Malin's gotten around Stenson whilst that was happening, which makes me think that Malin, their end of the tire saving deal might start to show here in this part of the run. They definitely have not lost any time to that 92 as of late, but I think all these guys are starting to get close together. Jelani Howell out of pit road. I'd imagine that's a scheduled stop. I'm noticing that the mask was not turned off on the 21, as I can see the body lines on the... Oh man, I can see that. I'm not gonna call someone out for not putting the mask off their car. The kind of little painter's nitpick. You turn the mask off before you send the car in, but hey, I'm not gonna judge. Wonder if the 92 is the same way. It is, isn't it? Oh well. Oh, here comes Steven. Gotta go roof cam for him with him for a couple laps. Crazy to think oh god, that's, oh my. Shoot. 92 did announce they're pitting this time, and shoot, whoa. Was not expecting that. I don't know if the 51 wasn't like ready for that or what, or maybe they were thinking he was gonna not do it so soon. From the lead, oh man, Allen involved a little bit, but not too bad, and Stenson really nowhere to go. Only 3 cars involved in that, but holy, big shakeup. Big shakeup. So with that shuffles Watts to the lead. Don't imagine anyone stays out. Jelani already pitted, so Kyle Watts now in control of this race after a incident. That was something unfortunate. I think yeah, no, that was, I mean, Josh, type it in chat. There's some guys taking their, I guess, wave rounds. Oh, Jerry missed his box. Kyle Watts going to come out with the lead. Mile in second. P3. Ooh, I think Dunlap Pratt got it over Jovan Anderson. And Jerry is I guess he missed his stall. Seen that yesterday with Neil Gallagher in the Mexico City Gnarl race. We'll see what happens. So Kyle Watts, he's got that lead. So you pit here. I think we're good to the end. 90 laps in the race, 63 is what lap we're on right now, 37 in a tank. You're good to the end from here. But that still factors in. Those tires can age. That car is... And those tires ain't going to last. You hot lapping the last 30 of this thing. Or I say last 30, last 25-ish or so. Have any fresh retirees? A lot more than what I was thinking. I know Kale had that issue. He had to retire. Estes retired after the plow. Reminds me of when I plowed into them at Chicagoland season 12? Yeah, it was Chicagoland season 12 I plowed into Estes. They have not been very lucky in terms of getting wrecked and then getting plowed. Then Noah Joyce calling it for the night. Cars on our lap down, Gino Bononi, Blaine Davis, Jelani Howell. I think those guys are mostly just caught at the bad end of a pit road. I wouldn't say strategy, but their pit, I guess their scheduled pit road entries did not line up with the rest of these guys' strategy. So that put those guys a lap down, which is not what a lot of those guys needed, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So Kyle Watts, Tyler Mallon, we've seen Joshua Clements really do well on that top line that last restart. But then again, Joshua Clements was just straight up on fire in terms of all those restarts, or both the restarts they did, rather, when they started bottom and top. So if Kyle can replicate that good start, he has that track position over Mallon. But not to mention here, Mallon has sit kind of P3, P5 this entire race. Granted, they did start P2, but we will see how hard they push here in this last run. Kyle Watts taking a little bit of lower dive. He's going to get that better start. Jovan Anderson right behind him. He's going to clear Mallon into one. Didar Rodriguez also up here. A little bit of a slide job on the 93. Not too egregious, however. Allen quickly goes low. 3 wide there, potentially for P4. Not quite. Jovan Anderson. Big power move there. Not only stays ahead of Mallon, but challenges for the lead now with Kyle Watts. Watts holds on to it, but nice move there from the 93. D-Dog Rodriguez approaching P4 right now, fighting with Dunlap-Pratt. Almost pinching him into the wall there, it looked like. Mallon's still holding on strong. Dane Stinson goes low 3 wide for P4. Dane Stinson gets that high line run, stays ahead of D-Dog, and Dane Stinson, ooh, big, or not big slide, but decent slide there. Stays side by side with Dunlap-Pratt here. Got Dunlap-Pratt, got a D-Dog Rodriguez, and there's a Dane Stinson. There's so many D names up here. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna mess one of them up here sooner or later. I might have already messed up Dane's a little bit. Apologies if I did. And the top 5 file out. Steven Gibson, he's gonna get ahead of D-Dog Rodriguez. Jerry Cook and Joshua Lizaswain, teammates back there, trying to manage their race right now. Jerry, he's in a better spot now than what he was before, but I think he wants that lead back, maybe a bit before he gets up there. He's going to get underneath D-Dog and get around him pretty quick. Stinson again going to try to go underneath. Ooh, decent slide there from Garson. Has actually hit the wrong button. But Daneson, I called him Daneson. Denson, Dane Stinson is getting underneath Dunlap here for P4. And they're battling pretty good right now. Steven Gibson now up here. Steven has been pretty good tonight as he hits the wall. A little bit of commentator's jinx there. Ooh, Joven. Tyler Mallon underneath Joven Anderson for P2. Did I do my math wrong? No, I didn't. Okay, I was just losing my mind there for a second. Man, this is a pretty hot battle for the lead right now. Anderson, Mallon, Watts kind of underneath the blanket right now. Ziz there on the apron, further on back. Stays out of harm's way. Ooh, decent check up there. Man, still side by side, holy moly. Dane Stinson, Dunlap still holding on to these guys as well. Steven Gibson just ready to pounce. Same with Jerry Cook. I think Mallon's finally going to clear. Two wall hits in the back, nothing too crazy. And the top 6 or 7 pretty much file out. There I say top 8. There goes Jerry once again with that move that he, dare I say, signature move. Gets to the back of somebody, knows he's going to get a run on the exit, goes, just kind of gets to their line before they do on the exit. Now that's honestly genius. Almost a hack, dare I say. That, you know, people are watching and they see that. They're like, man, how'd he do that? There he goes, going to do it again. Dane's seeing it coming. Not Dane, Dunn. Dane and Dunn, my goodness. I apologize there. I'm getting their names mixed up more than I can't even think of what would mix up like that. But, yeah. Dunn was ready for it, though. Other than that, most of these guys have filed out. It doesn't look like I'm saying anything too aggressive. Dane Stinson still holding on P4. Dunlap still holding on P5. P6, Jerry Cook, and then P7, Steven Gibson. Rounding out the top 8, Carson Million, who, like I said, I think they're having a pretty stellar season, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, so giving up good there. Liza Swain holding on P9. Is Kirsten Bell finally on the lead lap? They are. They are P10. Yeah, we got a few more laps to go through the rest of the field. That is not the rest of the field. That is pace car. Joshua Clemens, after his little skimmish, he's not really making quick work of the field, but he's making work of the field. There's D-Dog Rodriguez. He was up there a minute ago. Now he's back here in 12th, battling with Caden Riffle and William Viola. Teammates Kirsten Bell versus Joshua Liza Swain. Is Thomas Troxel in the mix? Oh, that camera angle's kind of not the best. Something happened. And oh, wreck. Ooh, I think that's a caution. Pretty sure. Troxel not very happy with the 44. I think the 44 was not happy with the 10. May have been a bit of mutual disagreements there. Kind of want to go on board with that 10 lap before to see if they made contact or not. Let's see here. I mean, it was a little bit aggressive there from Troxel, and then Kirsten kind of backed up the corner and got in the back of him, knocked him loose. Then the only guys that really took big disadvantage there was Troxel and Kirsten Bell. A little bit of hit from Joshua Clemens and D-Dog Rodriguez. I think D-Dog might have got some wall damage, but nothing too crazy other than those guys. So this shakes things up to the point we're going to have an under 10 laps to go once we go back green. And the question is, do you pit? Well, that answers my question. I think it's a no-brainer, but could see someone try something crazy, stay out here. Oh, Jelani Howell having some issues back there. They hold on to it. Go to our pit lane camera. See where that's the wrong pit lane camera. Let's go to this pit lane camera and see what these guys file out. Kyle Watts was the leader. Tyler Mallon was second. Jovan Anderson was third before this set of pit stops. Remember, Jerry Cook's got that first pit stall. He also has a good thing there going for him. Mallon has to slow up a little bit. Mallon gets it out. Stinson fourth, and I think, or Stinson third, and I think fourth, Jerry Cook. Yep, and Jovan Anderson, P5 out of that. But Jerry Cook, I think, is back in the business. This is it's no longer a game of tire saving, I don't think. I don't know the level of how hard you can push, but I think it is going to be a high level these next 10 laps. And when you're pushing at that high level, it is easy to make mistakes. We're going to see how many mistakes are made tonight. I believe we're going green next time. So I'm assuming choose cones this time. I'll be ready for it. If it isn't, then we'll find out. Here's our choose cone. Usually I don't look at the choose cone, but I found it convenient to do this race, so we were looking at the choose cone. If anyone hits the choose cone, they will be beaten with hammers and penalized. Even the black, it's very this choose cone's pretty strict. Even if you hit the black part of it, you're going to be sent to the Shadow Realm. Quite possibly beaten, but I'm joking. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm just trying to be a little silly. So this is where we're at. Basically, everyone that was in the positions they were file in like you normally would via the old rules, the way they chose anyway. Watts and Clements, the DMS teammates, have so far been the class of the field in terms of restarts. This may be the last restart. It could be the most important one. We're going to be going green with, I think, 9 to go. So, it's no longer a game of managing your stuff. Now, there is a little bit of management in it. But the main name of the game is that track position and managing it best you can, whilst also not wrecking. So we'll see how that goes. Kyle Watts for the final time potentially. Another strategic move to the bottom on that restart, but this time does not clear Mallon before turn 1. That a little bit of loose. take that back. He does clear Malin before turn 1, but Malin, like I said, push. Big warp by Steven Gibson. He was inside the 93. Got really, really, really dicey there. That could have been bad, but thankfully the lag was not bad enough to be sport ender, so we ball. But everybody jockeying, probably going to be jockeying for position these next few laps, because if you don't, you may not see that spot again. Dunlop-Pratt is not taking no for an answer right here. As Steven Gibson over-aggressively blocks, hits the wall 3 wide now. Garson Muyung, William Viola, Dunlop-Pratt. Dunn did not take no for an answer, but that cost him some time regardless. Back to the front. Dunlop-Pratt, not exactly, I just hit the space bar, not exactly, I don't know, there's still time left. Kyle Watts has one IFAR win. It came at Chicagoland back in season 12. Has not won since. There's still time left for Malin or Stinson to make a move. Malin intentionally going low. He likes that bottom. But Stinson, he may have that run on the top. Not quite. Goes low big time, almost into the grass actually. Big block by Tyler Malin on Dane Stinson. These three are really fighting hard. Dane almost getting a little desperate there on the exit of 2. Just trying to see where he can make that move on the 18. Point of return is 5 to go. That is next time by. I don't have a cool point of return thing though, because that's a cam thing. I don't know. I might make one, but when I started broadcasting, I was only just gonna do gnarl, but you know, work out. Oh, big gain in turn 3 by Malin there. This ain't over. And everyone's strung out a lot quicker than what they were before. No saving. Everybody is pushing to their max right now. Well, maybe not their max, but close to it. Now with a lot better entry there, it looked like. Big send by Stenson. Ooh, that was close. Not a big send, but a send enough to send a message. Malin is there. Does he make the move? He's going to dive it low. Wow. Watts on the defense. Dane Stenson, he's still trying. 2 to go. Next time by is the white flag. Malin has yet to lead a lap this race. Stinson having to back off just a little bit. Oh, it's going to get close, guys. 3 wide, potentially. Nope, Dane backs out of it. Malin going for that arc. Coming to the white flag. Malin leads his first lap of the race. Coming to the white flag, and he's got the lead. Does Dane have anything for him? He's going to send him a little deeper here in this corner. Unfazed. He's going to put Watts in the wall. Jury takes P3, but Tyler Malin, after a 2 to go pass, or well, not technically a white flag pass, but passing him off a turn 4 with 2 to go, or on 2 to go. Wrecking in the back, Tyler Malin is going to win his 3rd race of the season. Big crash for P2, I think. Stinson got it over Jerry Cook. Dang. That was something. Take a look at the last lap there for Watts and that wreck off of 4. I think it was Steven Gibson, and we'll take a look at Dane Stinson as well as Jerry Cook battling for P3. Tyler Mallon, 3rd win of the season. I think he only led 2 laps this race. Managed his stuff and honestly just made the right moves there at the end. Man, there's so much smoke. Gosh dang. Disappear. Where'd he go? Sneak off? There he is. Bro, I feel like those cameramen, the pit reporters on Fox are like, what you doing? Where you at? I want to talk to you. I want to see what you're doing. You almost did the cool thing, but close enough. Pit lane 1's probably we'll make a little decent shot for pit lane 2 before we do anything too crazy with interviews. Then we'll take a quick look at the last lap shenanigans as well. Looks like a decent shot for post race. Alright, so let's take a look at that last lap. I think I've seen Dane Stinson, or not Dane Stinson. I'm getting these guys mixed up real bad, man. I apologize again for that. Steven's race ended a lot sooner than these guys. Wow. What happened to him? Oh, that was after the wall hit. He pretty much called it quits after that. Alright, so I don't know who wrecked on the last lap then. So last lap, let's take a look at Kyle Watts. Dane Stinson sends it deep, trying to make one last charge for Tyler Mallon. Unfortunately, comes at the expense of Kyle Watts. Hits the wall. Jerry gets around him. That's pretty much all she wrote for Kyle Watts. Jerry Cook versus Dane Stinson last lap. I think Dylan LaPrade got taken out. No, it wasn't Dylan LaPrade, it was someone else. Someone got taken out last lap. We'll take a look at it here in a second. And then for P2, Dane got him. Or actually, you know what? Did he? Jerry got him. Okay. Okay. Take a look at this at the line. Holy moly. At the line, Jerry Cook. P2. Right? Yeah, P2 for Jerry Cook. My goodness. Let's get a shot of that. Probably some guys waiting to get interviewed, but I'm going to look at some of this post-race stuff first. Or not post-race, but some of this like stuff that happened like right at the end of the race first. See, I'll do that, and we'll do
No whisper target. No whisper target. No whisper target.
I forgot my whisper is the same button I'm using to go slow-mo. So this is the finish of the race, slow motion. Tyler Mallon P1.
No whisper target, no whisper target found.
And then
no whisper target
right
found.
at the line, Jerry Cook, Dane Stinson. Wow, what a finish. You need to change that back to where it's not showing anything weird, and might as well do this now. Okay, and then someone got wrecked on the last lap. I do want to see who the heck was that. Oh, it was Troxel. Okay. Oh, he just D-Dog sent it in deep, and then I don't think Troxel was ready for it. That cost him top 15. Fortunate. Let's go back to this. Let's check our waiting room, see if we got anyone. Actually, I got 3 Discord pings. Okay, none of them important. Let's check our rating room, see if we got anyone who wants to be interviewed. Alright. Let's go ahead and bring in, we only got 2 people in the booth. Or in the waiting room, like Tala is and Arya. Oh, I see Malin now. I know those guys are waiting there first, but Malin technically won the race, so I'll get them first. Let them know in the YouTube chat that way. Actually, you know what? If they're watching the stream, they'll know that. Yeah, I hope they don't feel bad. I'll let them know when I get to them.
User was moved to your channel.
Well, Tyler Malin, win number 3. How we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good after that one.
Yeah, power move there on late in the race. 2 to go. Take us through it.
Well, I started to back off a little bit with about 8 to go, because I saw I wasn't going to be able to pass the 21 on raw speed, because he was fast as hell all night. I don't think I can say that on a broadcast, but he was fast as heck all night. So I just kind of hoped that maybe we'd get just a tiny bit of a tire advantage, and I think we just barely got it. So yeah, it was an amazing battle. Kyle is always so fun to race with. So was Dane. He was up there all night too for a while. I thought he was gonna. I think Dane was probably the fastest car tonight on the long runs, because he was able to keep the tires cooler than everyone else was, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, he was fun to battle with as well. So yeah, I'm just really glad to be here. It was an intense race, and I think we only led the last 2 laps, so I'm pretty happy about that one.
Yep, nicely done nonetheless. Let's see, they're going to Evergreen next week. You got anything in store for that special, or just focused on those like anything you think would be important focused on next week?
I don't really know how that race is gonna go. Well, the only other time I raced there in any league, I got thrown into the wall by someone who missed the corner. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to expect there, but I'm hoping it goes well. I always like racing short tracks in this game. It's just looking forward to it. See how it shakes out.
Well, I don't have any other questions for you. You got any last comments before I let you go?
Well, thank you to everyone for racing me cleanly tonight. Sorry to Dane for kind of pushing him on the grass there. I kind of overestimated the amount of room I was giving him, and I'm looking back on that now, and it was I didn't give him enough room. So I'm sorry to him for that. He probably would have had me if that didn't happen. So he sorry, Dane. But yeah, thank you to you guys for broadcasting. I don't know. Did you have a co-commentator tonight?
Not tonight.
Oh no, well, doing it solo tonight. All right, that's always fun. Well,
I don't mind it.
Thanks. Thank you for broadcasting tonight. Thanks for Interstate Batteries for being on the car, and we got a Jovan Anderson who showed up tonight, so that's pretty cool. He like racing with him as well, so you think he's down there as well. Yeah, but yeah, you guys, you do a fantastic job broadcasting, and I'm looking forward to hopefully talking to you again next week.
All right. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you then.
Thank you very much.
User was moved out of your channel.
All right. And then we'll bring Jovan in, and then we'll bring in Arya and Tala together.
Buddy was moved to your channel.
Jovan Anderson, how we feeling?
We're feeling pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I remember watching that last round. You were put together some pretty good stuff. I think before that last caution, if I remember right, you were running P3, was it?
Yeah, I was up there racing with Kyle and Tyler. A lot of fun battling. Lost a couple of spots on the pit stop there. A couple of the guys got really good stops, and so that put me kind of behind. And then on that restart when Steve had started warping, I about I was yelling. I'm just like, no, please nothing happened. So I played it safe there and lost a little bit of time, but I had some popcorn. It was fun to watch at the end.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that last restart. I was like, oh man, is that gonna be the field killer, or is that just a something? But
I'm surprised it wasn't, but I'm glad we survived and got to the race out there done at the end.
I don't think I have any other questions for you specifically. You got anything else you want to mention?
No, not really. Tyler keeps asking me like, "Hey, you want to do an interview?" And I'm just like, "Sure." So I just figured there was a reason for that. So I obliged, and I just want to say thanks to these guys for putting this on and allowing us the opportunity to run these races. It's a lot of intense fun racing there, and I'm happy with how it went, especially with no practice. So I'll take that. It was a lot of fun.
And maybe I'll have both you and Malin be in the post race in the same time. Maybe next time, maybe they'll fit the fancy better. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, yeah, I think so. But yeah, thanks for doing it, and hope everybody else enjoyed that race. It was a lot of fun.
Congratulations on the let's see, you got P5, top 5. Congratulations on that. And you plan on racing next week?
I'm gonna try. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. It just all depends what I got going on. So we will see what the future brings. And again, thanks IFAR. Thanks admins Alexander Gonzalez-Greene and Jerry Cook and everyone who puts the show on. So
Other than that, that's all I got for you, and we'll see you when we see you.
thanks.
Buddy was moved out of your channel. User was moved to your channel. Buddy was moved to your channel.
All right, got the SCR guys. How we doing?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
How about both you and Tall in here at the same time? Figured that'd probably formulate better.
Yeah, of course.
So, there was some, there was a pretty good race out there. Jerry was putting together some good moves. I guess, we'll start with Tala. Tala, you got any, thoughts on that race in particular? It looked like you were struggling a little bit.
I've never been to that track, and I don't really know what I did so differently in my first stint to be able to keep up with the rest of everyone, but I just couldn't. I mean, the second stint, I burnt out my tires quite a bit, and then even when I was trying to save and stuff and have a bit fresher tires, I just really wasn't able to get to anyone. And then it's just one of those races. It's not even like I didn't really even make many mistakes. I just knocked the wall down a few times, but it's just kind of like one of those races where you can't really do much. You're unfamiliar with the track, and yeah.
You got any other comments in particular?
I mean, it's a shame it's hard to pass on this track. I really like this track, but it is what it is, I guess. Congrats to Malin on the win, and I really don't have anything else.
Fair enough. Arya, from a team owner perspective, what was your thoughts on the race?
Yeah, of course. I think with Jerry, of course, big congratulations, the podium, the P2, getting Dana, I believe, at the end. That was very good. And he was making moves around the outside that I believe no one else really was able to. So I think that just shows the quality of a driver he is, the world champion that he is. So that was amazing. And then the rest of the team as well were performing quite well. In the middle stint of the race, the long stint, you had Kirsten and Joshua falling straight through as well. I know Tala, of course, got caught up in the traffic, but it's Nashville. Those kinds of things can happen. Where it's difficult to overtake, of course. But I think overall, the team did very well that night. The point total is quite reasonable. I think 19 points is a good thing to take away from our debrief in the morning. And yeah, I mean, I can't be any more happy for this team for their continued efforts, and the results are starting to show. So it's very good from my side.
Pretty good. I don't have any questions for y'all in particularly. Y'all got any other last comments or?
Yeah, I mean, really, SRS is going to continue to work to see if we can collectively gain more results. I'll be more involved over the season, hopefully. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Let's just have a go and see.
Well, congratulations on the success there, and hopefully Tala next week at Evergreen goes a bit better. I know short tracks are a bit more of your niche than oval, so they'll probably fit your fancy better.
Yeah, hopefully I can translate what I did in CCRS to a good result there, but I have no idea what version of Evergreen we're running, so we're just going to kind of see where we go on that one, I guess.
Fair enough. Well, other than that, that's all I got for y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
Sounds
Buddy
good. Thanks for
disconnected
having
from
me.
your channel.
Alright.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, and that is that. I believe standing sheet. So this is your post-race standings. That should be accurate to what just happened tonight. They did update the standings, so there is your current IFAR Season 14 driver standings with the updated little spreadsheet thing. Credits to, I believe Malin made that, so credits to them for making that. That way we can get a idea of the standings after the race on the broadcast. But yeah, Malin, 3 wins on the season. Jerry Cook, the only one that's really been able to show anything other than that. Yeah, nothing too crazy other than that. Still 17-point gap between him and Jerry. Average finish, though. Tyler Malin, Noah Degenhart, undeniably right there. Noah didn't race tonight, though. But I think they got drop races here in this league. I don't actually know how that works. Maybe provisionals, I don't recall. But regardless, however that goes is how that goes. And we'll probably end it on that note. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Tomorrow, DS Ray goes to Oswego for the All-Star race. I don't exactly know when that's starting. I'm assuming a little bit before the normal time, so just be ready for that. I was planning to do a little extra with the stuff, but it doesn't look like I'm gonna have time to do that. So womp womp, I guess. But regardless, thank everyone for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you next time.